Hey guys, Whitney Whitaker, Million Valley Dog Training, and I got my buddy Danielle here, and we are going to do another Q&A for you. I think this is Q&A number, can you see what number it is? I think it's 39. Q&A number 39. We love helping you guys. Just a little bit of an intro here before we get started. No, we don't love helping them, or?
We do, but this is the wrong number.
38?
I guess.
Q&A number 38. Anyway, we love helping you guys. A little bit of an intro here. We are balanced dog trainers. We are family pet dog trainers, so we train dogs to be able to live happy and comfortably and safe in their family homes. So we're not competition trainers or anything like that. Balanced dog training also means that we believe in both yes and no. Okay? So we believe in teaching the dog all the things and all the behaviors that we want to see. And we do that with a clicker and food over hundreds of reps. And we also believe in teaching the dog things that we don't want to see, such as counter surfing, chasing a cat, etc. But we'll also hold the dog accountable for non-compliance of a known command, which is a little bit different from a lot of dog trainers, and it's starkly different from your pure positive trainers. So it's a little bit of a background on us and what we do. Danielle works for me. She's one of my trainers. We've also been friends for 16 years. So I feel like that needs to be said sometimes.
Just in case something's said later on
Yeah. Okay. Are you ready to roll?
Yeah. Okay, Lauren McCauley.
Hey, Lauren.
She says hi, and I'm considering getting a personal protection dog.
Nice.
Any insight you would have would be appreciated. Shepherd versus Malinois. Who did you use to train yours? Thanks as always.
All right, Lauren. It's a big decision, and anybody that wants to get a personal protection dog or a working dog needs to be very invested, and you need to absolutely know what you're getting into. Okay? There is, in my opinion, and sport dogs and protection dogs, that's not my wheelhouse. Okay? So, full clarification, that's not my wheelhouse. I own a personal protection dog, but that's not my wheelhouse. The difference between a Malinois and a German Shepherd is huge. They're cousins, so there's a lot of similarities, but it's huge. It's huge. I just said this today, actually, to a client that we were working with this morning. Comparing a Malinois to a German Shepherd is like comparing an apple to apple pie. There is no comparison. These dogs are insane. So they're highly intelligent, but they will use that intelligence against you if you don't know what to do with it. The dog trainer that mentored me when I was growing up and all through my adult life until I became a professional dog trainer, he was a protection dog trainer. And so he helped me train my dog Roman, he gave me good tips, and I did all of Roman's personal protection training with the guidance of the trainer that brought me up into dog training. Go on Instagram and follow Van S Canine. Eric Stambro, he's a really good canine officer, or not an officer, canine handler, is what I meant to say. And I don't know if he sells dogs to civilians or not. I have no idea. But you could go on Instagram and follow him. It's Van S Canine. All right, next.
Okie dokie. Kyle Paul.
Hey, Kyle.
Has a 1.5-year-old pit lab mix and a golden retriever pup who is 4.5 months old.
Okay.
He's finding it difficult to train them one-on-one without having the other wonder what the heck we're doing. So he's wondering what recommendations you may have. He's never had 2 dogs before.
Okay. Kyle, glad you found us, and we are here to help people as much as we can for free. Okay, so pick our brains, come back every week, and we'll help you step by step on how to train those dogs. Here's what you have to do. You have to crate up the dog that you're not working. So here with our board and train dogs, guys, these dogs are here in my house, and dogs that come here are not well behaved, right? So I can't just let dogs just be running amok in here, right? So in the beginning, you're going to have to crate them if you're not working with them individually. That's what I do with board and train dogs, right? So I have a training room downstairs and all the dogs are down there, and we pull a dog out, we work it, and the other dogs are crated up, and then we crate this dog back up and we bring this dog out. So you have to do that. They're not at a level yet where you can work them simultaneously. They're just not. You have to get to that point, and that takes a little bit of time. So crate up the dog that you're not working. You will be spinning your tires if you're trying to work them both at the same time right now.
He also wants to know, he has a question about in-house training exercises. They play fetch and things like that outside, but he wants to know, what can I do with the pups inside to keep them mentally stimulated when the weather is bad?
Another great question. I would not mentally stimulate your dogs in the house at all. I don't believe in that. That goes against my entire methodology. So everything that we do in our training is to create calmness in the house. So teach your dog the art of doing nothing. Lay on your bed and chew your bone, or not, right? But just lay on your bed and relax. I don't want dogs busy in my house being stimulated.
Because that can cause anxiety.
Yeah.
That you can have a whole host of problems that stem from overstimulation, especially in the house like that. So it's good to
reserve that all for outside. So too many people are worried about expending energy, like on cold, rainy, snowy, muddy type of days that we experience, like here in Ohio, like 304 days a year.
Don't be so dramatic. Put out
Good
vibes, positive vibes.
That's true.
For everyone.
That's true.
It's okay. It's Ohio. We choose to live here because we have friends and family, and we love helping these beautiful people out here with their dog training.
All right, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So so use that as an opportunity to teach your dogs how to be calm in the house. Teach your dogs the art of doing nothing, which is contrary to what a lot of people are doing. They're just constantly trying to stimulate the dog, and we need to calm them down. So teach your dogs the place command and teach them how to lay down and be calm for hours at a time. And we have videos on the YouTube channel on that. You know what I just noticed is that video, that really good place video that we did with Star on YouTube. I can't find it. I think it's gone.
I'll look. I'm not the best on YouTube, but I'll look. Maybe it didn't upload or something.
Something. So, but we do have other videos on teaching the place command. Thank you, Kyle. Hope to help you in the future, and that's it.
Yeah.
Next.
Vicky Woodard. She has a 4.5-year-old golden retriever. So I'm gonna kind of condense the question.
Okay.
This has been going on for 2 years. She licks at her knee.
The dog's knee or the human's knee? It's like pertinent information.
This is like the dog's wearing sweaters. The dog is wearing sweaters?
Yeah.
Okay. The dog licks at her own knee on her front leg.
The dog's looking at, but dogs don't have knees in their front legs. The dog is looking at his knee. I mean, I guess you could call it, but anyway, the dog's looking at his knee.
I have the 4. I'll just read the question then. How about that? I try to condense the questions, and then every time I try to condense the questions, she's like, but I don't understand. So I guess I'm really bad at that. So I'm going to just go ahead and read the question.
Okay.
I have a 4.5-year-old golden retriever. She constantly licks her knee on her front leg. This has been going on for at least 2 years. We have tried everything. She just finished wearing an e-collar for 6. I'm not sure.
It is a decent collar.
Is it what?
The cone. People call them e-collars.
Oh.
You didn't learn something.
I did not know that. Okay.
You can always write a question in if you...
I'm going to write in. Yeah. What is that?
Yeah.
The place on her leg gets much better, but she goes right back to licking it.
Yeah.
She was previously on Apoquel.
Yeah.
As I'm assuming a medicine
Yes.
for 9 months. It may have helped a little, but didn't solve the issue. I believe now it's a habit for her. How do I fix this?
Yeah. Oh, man. So it sounds like it started off. Can you put her back on the bed? It sounds like it started off to me.
Do you want me to take her out?
You can. It sounds like it started off to me as a medical issue. And like you said, now it's becoming a habit. That's tough, Vicky. That's a tough one. You could try to correct her for it. Here's the thing, guys. I only give out advice that I know works 100% of the time. So the good news about that is when I'm giving you advice, I'm like solid that it's going to work. You know, this is one of those rare kind of weird things. You could try to correct her for it. So you could, if you have an actual e-collar, you could say when she goes digging at her paw, no, and you could correct her at it. You could try. But then here's the thing. What happens when you're not there? You know, is she still going to do it? I don't know. That's a tough one. That's one I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I don't really have an answer for. So I hate to say that, but I don't really have an answer for. You could try to correct her on the e-collar, but is that going to work long term? You know, I don't know.
No.
All right, I lost my question, reader. You want me to start reading them?
Yeah, you gotta read it because Princess is going potty.
All righty. Brooke Rhea, do you offer puppy school or is it all private training appointments? Great question, Brooke. We don't do any group classes right now. That's not a service that we're offering right now. All of our appointments now are private training, and we do board and train. We prefer to work with dogs one-on-one and owners one-on-one because we like to tailor each and every program to the individuals. Puppy classes, like, I'm not gonna dog it, like, pun intended, right? Like, I'm not gonna dog it, but the problem is sometimes you kind of get lost in the shuffle of puppy class, and so sometimes puppy class cannot progress very quickly because you have one trainer that has a whole group of dogs, and there's different personalities and skill sets with the owners and things like that. So we just don't host a puppy class. We prefer to do all private training appointments. All right. Hurry scurry. I'm in here churning and burning them. Not really.
No,
Not really.
Sorry.
I just asked that short question by Brooke.
Okay.
I left this.
You like skipped down.
I
You don't want to
did.
read the long questions.
I didn't. That's your job.
Brooke Baltzley. She has a 6-month.
I'm proud of you for taking a stab at that name. Like, that was good.
Thank you. She has a 6-month-old golden lab named Nala. She says they have a difficult time taking her on walks.
Mm-hmm.
When we're both with her, she'll either be pulling us nonstop or
Yep.
she'll stop and just stand there and not want to walk.
Yep.
And she'll have to walk ahead of them and call her name to get her going again. So she wants to know what they can do to help it and correct it.
All right, Brooke. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Get yourself.
A prong collar.
How did you know that? Whoa. How did you know that?
I've trained a dog or two in my life.
Really?
I have.
So was it 1 or 2?
It was like 2.5. One was just half trained.
I'm amazed. You knew that after training 2.5 dogs?
Yeah.
Whew.
And I'm also sitting in on a million Q&As.
Get yourself a prong collar and you'll never look back. We have videos on our YouTube channel on how to use prong collars. Do not judge a book by its cover. Prong collars are awesome tools, and this is an honest to God fact. The only people that do not like prong collars are people that that have not used them.
Or have not used them properly.
Or have not used them properly. And when we say properly, it doesn't mean that it's hard. Properly as in, you should never have constant tension on a leash, ever. Constant tension tells dogs to pull. Sorry, am I crowding you?
It's okay.
Constant tension tells dogs to pull. They will pull on a harness, they'll pull on a flat buckle collar, a martingale, choker chain, prong collar, doesn't matter. As long as there's tension on the leash, the dog will always pull against it. Why? That's how their heads are wired. So people will get prong collars and then they'll put constant tension on it. And they're like, why is the dog still pulling? Because the learning happens in the release. So it's pop and then release. That's when the learning happens. Pop, release. So pressure, and then the dog goes, okay, I came close to you, and then the release happens and the dog goes, oh, okay. So if I just stay near you, there's no pressure. And you're like, yep. And the dog goes, okay, sounds good to me. So go on our YouTube channel, subscribe to that so you can see all of our training videos that we put up for free, lots of tutorial videos, and get a prong collar and your walks will be good.
They will. All right, Paige Knock. Our Labrador will be 3 at the end of February. I want to teach him the place command. I'm curious about what I should expect out of him. What time increments do I start at? When do I expect more from him? And use the e-collar for correction, etc.
Excellent question, Paige. He's 3. What I want you to do is I want you to use the dog's daily food to train him to go to place. So place, guys, is just a defined object. We use raised beds, the cots, but place could be...
If you go on chewy.com and you type in raised dog beds.
Why do you have to look so awkward all the time?
That's what you always do. If you just go on chewy.com, you type in raised dog beds.
I can't argue that.
I know, you do it all the time.
And like, so first of all, like most people are going to use their phone. So it's going to be like this.
Yeah, but you always go. That's good. It's fine.
But why do I have to be so awkward all
You're
the time?
not awkward. But actually, yes, if you do go on Chewy, if you type in raised dog beds, they have them for like $20 and they're decent beds.
Yeah.
And so that will help you a lot in teaching the place command.
Right. So then I want you to use the dog's daily food to teach it. So guys, everybody hears us talk about punishment on the Q&As because everybody wants us to stop unwanted behaviors. Well, there's only one way to stop unwanted behavior, and that's through discipline. But how do we teach wanted behaviors? Food. We're food trainers. We pattern over and over. Mm-hmm. So I want you to get 300 to 500 reps on the place command, teaching it with food. Okay? So you think about that. If you did 15-minute session and you sent the dog to place 2 times every minute, you're gonna get 30 reps in. You do that twice a day, that's 60, and like, right? So within, 5.
You're a math genius.
I'm getting really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm getting really good. I bet most people wouldn't even know I was homeschooled.
You just told everyone.
Getting good. Proud of myself.
Can you spell genius?
I'm not that good. I'm not that good.
Okay. Well, we tried.
So you put 30 reps in on a session, right? On a 15-minute session, like within 5 days or so, you're going to be at your 300 to 500 reps. And then I want you to slowly start getting distance away from the dog and time. Distance and time. So you're going to step away from the dog further and further, and then you're going to go from the dog's duration being like 10 seconds to 30 seconds to a minute to 5 minutes, and you get the picture. And then 5 days from now, when you feel like the dog truly knows it and he breaks command, he comes off the command, I want you to mark it with no, and I want you to give him a firm pop on the prong collar, or if you're using an e-collar, I want you to give him a correction on the e-collar. And guys, we're gonna get that video up of that
That was a good video.
Yeah, that was a really good video.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll put it in the comments when we post this, because it shows also how I use food and the low-level remote collar pressure on teaching the place command. So we'll get that up one way or another, guys.
Perfect.
All right, next.
Steph Dowell, she's actually been emailing you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey.
So, her puppy is a black American Lab, 9 weeks old. She's been watching Q&A videos of
Awesome.
unwanted jumping, and you've said to bonk and the puppy. You've said to bonk the puppy and making jumping horrible.
Yeah.
So she said they usually just give a slight bonk on the nose with their fingers, but for some reason it hypes up the dog.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he pretty much goes haywire and
Yep.
keeps jumping on things he's not supposed to. What should we do to stop this?
Yeah. We didn't make jumping horrible.
Just a bonker.
Oh, you're right. That's exactly what that is.
I know. In case you want to show her, like,
Yeah. Okay. So you
that
didn't.
was horrible. I'll never do it again. I've learned my lesson.
So you kind of answered your own question, Steph. You didn't make jumping horrible. Okay, so horrible, intolerable, uncomfortable, whatever. The reason that dogs jump is because it feels good to them. That's their way of like engaging in play or whatever. So you have to make the act of jumping uncomfortable to the dog. So just taking 2 fingers and bopping it on the top of the nose, like that's not going to do anything.
I might even think you're playing
Yeah,
with him. So.
yeah. And I don't mean that disrespectfully by any means, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough. So you want to take an actual bonker, you know, and you could know, and you could throw it at the dog firm. It always kills me when people come back and they're like, "Hey, I tried the bonker and it didn't work. The dog picked it up and ran with it." I'm like, guys, like I rehab aggressive dogs biting with the intent to harm with this cotton towel.
Yeah.
Like if the dog is picking it up and running with it, I guarantee you didn't do it firm enough.
But that goes back to it's a pet. It's your pet. It's not our pet. So you become emotional, and it's imagined harm. You're afraid that you're going to hurt the dog with that, and you're not going to hurt the dog with a bonker. It's a cotton towel. You're not. I mean, you could probably throw it your hardest, and you probably still would not hurt the dog. So that's what it goes back to. It's just that imagined harm, and it's also bringing emotion into it. So that's what you have to be careful. Leave the emotion out of it. Just matter of fact, and try to correct the behavior.
100%. You can also take the tips of your fingers. 9-week-old puppy, take the tips of your fingers, and you can lean down and jab them a little bit in the belly. You could do that. You could take your foot, give them a little pop with your foot. But bottom line is, like, it has to be uncomfortable. But guys, anytime I tell you to discipline or punish your dog, matter of fact, you're calm, you're relaxed. Just jumping is wrong. Jab. Jumping is wrong. Bonk. Jumping is wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, little toe tap in the belly. So try to leave emotion out of it. And it just sounds like you're underwhelming him, Steph. But yeah, keep watching the content and just apply what you're learning, and you'll make some progression. Next.
Christy Parker. When should we begin advanced training classes after puppy training? I'm thinking she needs to be at least 6 months. We started training at 16 weeks old.
Hey, Christy. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll start puppies in what we call like foundation training, where we bring them in, we teach them how to walk on a leash, we teach them sit and down and kennel up and things like that. And then once they become 6 months old, then we layer on the e-collar. I'm not sure if you're going to do e-collar training with your trainer, but we'll layer on the e-collar and start pumping up the jam. Start doing some more advanced stuff.
That was good.
So, yeah, I think they at least need to be 6 months old. Next.
That's actually all that we have. Everyone else was kind of like tagging us and saying hello to Roman.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. I hope that Roman has his own little fan base out there.
I'm sure he does. I'm like, well, David's his #1 fan.
Yeah.
I'm a close second, so.
Yeah. So it's me, David, Danielle, and then I hope he has some more fans out there because, you know what? Roman, he's a cool dog. He's I can honestly say to date, and I've been like in the dog world my whole life, and we've always had dogs like my whole life. Roman is the coolest dog I've ever had. So,
that's cool.
Yeah. You know, because I always say, like, you know, like Marshall was like my soulmate, you know, and Benny's like everything to me, but it's like Roman's the coolest dog I've ever
He is
had.
pretty cool.
Yeah, he really is. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for your questions. We hope we could help you. We love you guys. We want to help you guys have better lives with your dogs. We're sick and tired of people struggling with their dogs. And it's incredible, like how easily you can implement such simple things to clean up your walks, to help with company. It's like, guys, the only reason to own a dog is to enjoy them. That's it. So we really, really want people to be able to enjoy their dogs. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you next week.